and welcome back to episode 2, Cave Factory. Now I've done quite a little bit in between episodes. I can see why all this whole bunch of stuff in my inventory. I've made all the tinker stuff that we need to get a proper smelter up and running. That was super simple. We just had to make, where's it gone? These couple of bits. A heater, a melter, make some copper, make some cast. It was super easy. And I've also set up the zombie spawner, changed it up a little bit, so we've got some water in the back, pushing them down into another smaller stream which goes into that hole. And this is where I've stuck the tier 3 blood altar. So upgraded to a tier 3 like the quest was after here, because we made this stuff last episode. And then I also made a whole bunch of speed runes, sacrifice runes, and capacity runes. You need the capacity runes so you can make this magician's blood orb, so we can make, I think it's this master rituals. Oh no, it's been changed. Only have to have at least the magicians, yeah, which takes 25,000 LP in this thing, so I need to make a whole bunch of these capacity runes so we could hold enough. And I made that orb, and I also made all the bits and bobs necessary to make 8 of these, and then make 1 of these. I also made this activation crystal, super easy. It was a melter with 10,000 LP and the tier 3. And now we can hop into lava. We need to plonk this in the middle, these around the edge, and then we need to claim this quest to get this ritual diviner. And we set his Serenade of the Nether. Right click this 4 times, and before we click it again, plonk some of those down, and we should be able to click this center block, and if with this activation crystal. And if we have a look in our actual network, not with that, with this, you need at least 10,000 LP in your network, and then at least 500 on top of that per piece of lava we want to spawn in. So we should be able to give this a right click, and there we go. And get ourselves some lava, pick it up for the quest, and this will just keep spawning lava when we pick it up. So we need to make sure we have, let's hopefully get a lot of, and we got 2 obsidian. Out of the 9 obsidian we could get, we got 2. So we're going to need another 8 before we can go to the, oh that's nice, gives you a full tank. Another 8 before we can go to the nether. I've cleared out a bit of space over here so we can set up a nice big, why can't I not speak, smeltery. There we go. That's the word I was after. And we're going to get some drains going here and here with faucets on. Then we're going to want a basin and a table, controller in the center, and as high as we can go with these bricks, which is actually, but a stack is bang on enough to make that size smeltery. That's ace. I'm just going to plonk a chest here and stick these casts in. Suppose we can put that bucket of lava in there. And then we're good. I also made this sacrificial knife, which is super easy. And all that does is make sure you can right click yourself and take damage, and if you buy the blood altar, it just puts blood into the network. That's pretty much it. I did a couple of the other little quests like the iron head, the press and the mixer so we could get water, which is super easy. I just made a mixer, I connected it on here, and it takes 2 water buckets to make this infinite water sigil, which is in here. And that's just, the water's just some cactus in the mixer. If we look at water here, some cactus in the mixer and you get some water, so that's super easy. So the first thing I want to do today is get ourselves a Tinker's Anvil, which is the next quest. Probably gonna want to do the brass one. Brass is pretty easy. I think it's just copper and zinc, yeah. We should have a whole bunch of copper. We should have a whole bunch of zinc in here that we haven't been using. There we go. Let's chuck a load of zinc in here. Chuck a load of copper in here. That should make us bronze, and we should be able to make that. I need to get more obsidian, which is fairly easy to do. Seems like this is mining level diamond. It'll just take a moment with. Grab a bucket and do that actually. Don't know where our other bucket's just gone. We need a bit of water. I've also got a sigil of the blood lamp, which you can basically shoot little balls of light, which is wherever you see these red particles, using some of your LP from your network. Where's that other bucket go? I had another bucket that I grabbed that lava with. There it is. We should have some brass in it. Yeah, I've got plenty. But we need 3 blocks in total to make the thing. And we're going to need 4 of those. And also one of these tinker stations as well. Let's make the other bits of lava. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's break that. We'll break this. We need another 8 pieces. Then we'll break these 2 as well. Pump the water there. And we'll just put some lava there. There is the Tinker's Anvil. What's this? Can't actually make it. Weird. There's the Tinker's Anvil. We're going to swap this, just this furnace out for now, because why the heck not? Let's make this nether portal somewhere. Honestly, not sure. Let's do it behind these sweet berries. Which is going to make it painful to get to the portal, but it's fine. There we go. Now we can go to the nether if we'd like. I'll move these sweet berries from here. Don't currently need them anyway. What's I doing now? Yeah, let's put a flint and steel away. Then we want to make ourselves a new pickaxe. And also a hammer. So we're going to need one of those, and then we're going to want a pickaxe head. Let's do that. Cobblestone. We're going to want diamond. We can also use this for when we want to do this in the anvil. Lovely. We can also use this for when we want to just mine stone as well, or get a hammer and put it on a hammer. Put some on a hammer, because I know the silky cloth is not too hard to make. I think it's just rose gold and string. Rose gold, super easy, just copper and gold. We should make a kiln. Just brick and sandstone. We should make a kiln very soon. Makes it alloys so much easier because you can do it in block form. I think to get clay, yeah, we chuck gravel through and there's a 5% chance. Let's toss all this gravel in. We only need 8 of these bricks, which means you only need 8 clay, so. And then 8 sandstone, which is super easy. And we'll get a kiln made as well. It just takes coal, and then whatever you want alloy. It's really good early game. Saves doing all the alloying in the smeltery, because that can be a pain sometimes. Let's chuck some more cobblestone up there. Still plenty of gravel. So right, next order of business, we need to jump into the nether really, don't we? Grab some quartz so we can get into this amazing block right here. And then, okay, more iron for that. Quartz, more iron, redstone, yes, that's fine. Draw controller, super easy. I see. Can make a machine that digs space. that digs out an area for us. We also need to make some of this panzer glass as well. Do we have the 3 iron to do? We don't have 3 iron. See, we're low on iron at the moment. That's why I want to get this hammer. Hammer rocking around. So for the hammer, we're going to need plates and hammerheads, and we're going to need to make a cast. Not that. 2 plates and a hammerhead, and a tough handle. We're going to want to get some gold out. Going to want to cook some of this sand as well. We're going to want to make some casts, which is super easy. It's just gold, and then you put whatever you want to cast onto this basin. And once the gold's done, you just pour onto it. So something's just ate some of that gold. I just made some rose gold. Let's see. I only used 1 ingot anyway. I only used 1 ingot for the cast. Probably just gonna do. I may as well do a rose gold in it, haven't we? Let's do then a rose gold. If we do the head, we'll have to repair with rose gold. We'll do the head out of maybe just iron, and then we'll do rose gold for 1 of the plates, because I know it takes 8 for a plate. And honestly, I'm not sure after that. Okay, it takes 4 for a plate. We'll do rose gold out of both the plates. Why the heck not? And then we're going to want probably just an iron head, which we don't actually have the iron for. How much does that cost? Doesn't say on there. It'll say in here though. 8. Let's just do. We'll just do a wooden tough handle. And then we'll do. We need to get a little bit of iron, and we can do just an iron head. Not this way. Let me get some iron. We'll also make this kiln real quick. We can put this. Should we put this in here? Yeah, we can get this in the wall next to the smeltery. You just whack that with the hammer, and you got yourself a kiln where you can make some resources, make some alloys. Let's save this pickaxe in here for now. Put this sand away. And let's go mine up some iron. There's the iron for the head. Pour that out and then make ourselves a hammer. And this way, if we need to mine anything now, it will be super easy. Stick a diamond on it. Add a whole bunch of durability. Now if we need to come down here, not down there. Oh, is that guy got out? If we need to come down here to mine a bunch of stuff, look at the difference now. How much faster it is. So I'm going to do just this for a little bit. I'm going to mine up a whole bunch of resources. Mainly just we need a good chunk of iron really. We'll get pretty much everything doing this. So get that already. Going for about 10 seconds. Right, so I'm going to mine up a whole bunch of stuff. Mainly a whole load of iron because we're going to need that to make a butt ton of these machines that are going to automatically get resources for us. Right, so I farmed up a whole bunch of, well, I say farmed up, mined up a whole bunch of stuff. Been crushed up in here. I'm smelting up all the iron now. I've upgraded this chest heavily, and I'm just going to quickly make a backpack. So I'm making leather in here with rotten flesh flint and the water sigil, which is now, I now have enough. 9, 10. I'm gonna keep these on me. To be fair. I'm not. And this. The rest of that can stay in there. I'm gonna make this backpack. I'm also gonna upgrade this backpack. I was gonna say twice, but twice when I get a bit more gold. Let's cook some gold up in here instead and put the iron in there. Then if I pop this on our back, I've got my key set to B. We can pop all this stuff that we're going to be using, or we're going to need, into this backpack. So the iron one's fine for now, I suppose. And next, we need to jump into the nether. So, patch this floor. Let's jump into the nether and grab ourselves a whole bunch of quartz. Really, we're going to get spawned in this crappy biome. It's okay, I suppose. So I now have us enough quartz to hopefully last us. We're going to want to make a draw controller. We're going to want to make a whole bunch of those. And a rotational speed controller, which is a whole other thing that we're not going to worry about right now. So let's make a draw controller, which is pretty easy. If I had more sticks. So we are going to need this. Plus a whole bunch of drawers. So there's that. Let's make a whole bunch of drawers, which means we're going to need more wood. Which is completely fine. On the floor over there. We're also going to need some of that cobblestone to make observers. And I don't honestly know. We're going to need that arm collector as well. We need them. Right, so we're going to set our entry point as this back wall here, which you do just by shift right clicking. And we're going to want cobblestone generated on these blocks right here. Or one higher than these blocks. So let me have a look at a little system on how I'm going to set this up. And I shall be back. Right, so it's been a little while in between this clip and the last clip. It's actually the next day now. And what I decided to do before we did the resource automation was just kind of rejig the whole base a little bit, get everything looking nice, because we're going to get into this simple storage system, and I wanted to get the base all sorted out and all ready for move into that, so we're all organised. What I've got is, I can't remember what I'd previously done. I made this little system over here which has got our lava ritual on, and I just stick this breaker on here when we need some obsidian. So I needed to make some obsidian because I had to make some ender chests. I upgraded this backpack to a diamond one as well. And also I've kind of redesigned this whole little base area, made it all even, and added these other little sections. So over here we got a nice big room. But this is where we're going to have our blast furnace and our coke oven, where we're going to have all of our immersive engineering stuff and things. And then over here I've set up a whole bunch of farms. So we've got the market here that I haven't really used yet. But I've set up a whole load of little 9x9s with potatoes, carrots, berries, wheat, beetroot, which you just get from chucking seeds into water. You get a whole bunch of different seeds. And then hemp, because I was low on string. You also get that from chucking the seeds into water. So these are all the other seeds that I got from doing seeds. We've got some sugarcane over here that we do need to finish planting. And also got some melons and pumpkins, and a little area of grass for things to spawn if they want to spawn. And then I went into the nether and grabbed ourselves a little blaze spawner because we needed a load of blaze rods to build the ender chests. I've just set this up in a little 9x9 here with some dark glass, and there is a mob masher. One of these in there, which kills the mobs, and it counts as player kills, so you get drops. So with the blazes, if it's not a player kill, they won't drop anything. So I had to get around it by using that. Just turn my magnets off real quick. I had to get around it by using that mob masher, and it's got 10 of these looting upgrades in, which are super easy to make as well. I upgraded the dank to a tier 3 because we were getting these other kinds of stone from mining with this silk touch pick, and I also got a new trinket which is quite overpowered, called Dragon's Breath. Now what it does is it smelts anything that you mine. So when we're hammering out air, if I have that activated and we're hammering out an area, I'll get stone instead of cobblestone, just like using Silk Touch. And it'll smelt all the ore, so I'll just get the ingots straight away. Which is great, so I did a bit of mining with that. What else? I have completely tore down the blood magic and the zombie spawner, which was where that empty space was. The zombie spawner is just in here for now, because we don't need blood magic as of yet, and the altar and stuff's inside here, so we can reset that up somewhere else. I've moved the nether ball up here with this elevator, which are super easy to make. It's just some wool and some ender pearls, and then I've set up an area down here with a whole bunch of drawers. So we did I've done compacted drawers for all of our ores and ingots and stuff, and then we have a whole bunch of these two. They've all got these storage upgrade 5s in, and then we've got all the kind of resources that we're gonna have that we don't want stored in our system, really, that we're gonna have a lot of. And then you notice this wall over here, which is all the ores and the cobblestones. Now what I did was I set up where's my shrinking device? The resource collection in here, so I could leave it overnight. So I basically have this ender chest, which is sending them into an ender chest at base. We just have 9 of these block breakers, some water at the back, lava on top, and it just generates stone and they break it. It gets picked up into this ender chest, and this ender chest links up to this side, right here, and we have it go into a draw controller, and that draw controller is linked up with trim to all of this stuff here. So yeah, I had to make one of the super fast pipe upgrades from this pipes mod. Super easy to make. The pipes are just a bit of some droppers and some iron. The upgrade is just a bit of gold, bit of diamond, bit of iron, so it can pull the items out quick enough. So that's just linked on the white channel at the moment, which is those 3 lines there. When we have other stuff, we'll change the colour of the channels. And yeah, so the first thing I want to get into straight away is a simple storage network. We're going to need a whole bunch of this cable, and we're going to need to make a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to make some export cable. This is all for the quest, and for the quest line. Some filtered link cable, which is what we're going to be using. Some filtered import cable, which makes some normal import cable. We're going to need a chest. Grab a couple of those. Then we're going to need a hopper for this, which is fine. Import cable. Filtered import cable. I think is that all the cables? That is all the cables right now. We need to make this storage network route thing, which is going to be how we link all of our stuff. So we need some blocks of quartz. I'm pretty sure we need 2 of these. So let's make 2 of these. And then we're going to make this storage request table. This crafting. Yeah. This is how we're going to craft in our networks. Grab a little bit of gold. This is how we're actually going to craft things. Look into our network and craft things. And we're going to want to make this remote, which is going to require some slime, some gold, and some glowstone. That's all fine. Slime, some gold. I'm pretty sure we still have a little bit of glowstone over here. At least I thought we did. There it is. So we're going to want to make this remote. I only got 2 slime balls. Which is going to take this, the network route, and then we're going to want to upgrade this remote, which should be super simple. 2 blocks of gold and an ender chest. Should have the obsidian down here. I need to take this out of here really as well. Then we need a pearl. We need some blaze powder, which is upstairs, and then we need 2 lots of gold. Right, I got these prismarine stuff by chucking quartz into water, and the other one, the crystals are lapis in water. Yeah, lapis in water as well. Make an eye of ender. Make an ender chest, and then make this crafting remote. Lovely, and that should be all that quest done. Perfect. Claim all that stuff. We got a whole bunch of pretty sweet stuff. So the furnace we're going to be using very soon. And the obsidian chest we're going to be using like right away. All that sort of stuff we can kind of just toss in here. So we're going to set us up down here, right in this spot here. We're going to have our... Where's the root gone? Oh, did it use one for each of the remotes? Oh, it did. Come on, get back around to the normal quartz. Oh, not that. Okay, so we're going to connect this up right here, stick this on top, and now we have access to anything that's linked into the system. So we're going to need some filtered link cable, just here and here. I suppose we can chuck some more on. Some more expansion. Let's grab out a little bit of stone, because we're going to want to fill in this area at the back here, like so. And then what we're going to want to do is grab this obsidian chest, plonk it here, and we also want to get some of the we're going to need some more of that link cable. Grab another one of these, another set of this link cable. And what we're going to do is we're going to link this drawer up. We're going to set this cable to -5, so the smaller priority goes first, and then we'll connect this up to our system here. So this way, when I put something into the system, we'll set this to 4, it will try and go into this drawer, into all these drawers before it goes into this chest. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We see everything in the drawers, that's all nice and dandy. Then we're going to grab a bit more stone that we don't actually have. We're going to pop up here. Oh, didn't mean to grab that. Pop up here. Grab this chest. Attach it onto here. Set this to 3, because this is the bigger inventory. We want everything going to the bigger inventory first, really. As I'm chucking stuff into here. We can grab out all of our ores and stuff. And we can chuck them into shift right click on there to connect that, and then we can start to chuck just all of this stuff into here, and all of the lapis and everything should have gone into that chest. Do we have one? Yeah, we won't do one for charcoal. And we're going to set up this furnace soon. We also need a little bit of stone. Which do we have? I don't think we do. Let's grab out all of this stuff and start chucking some stuff into here. I don't actually know the range on this remote. Grab out all this stuff. Oh, I'm going to need that furnace. Grab out all of this stuff. I'm going to move everything into the network. And then I'll move some other stuff around as well and get prepared for jumping into a bit of immersive engineering. Right, so we're back. I've moved all the stuff down here, cleaned up all up here, everything looks pretty sweet. And I've set up this little furnace here, this diamond one, which we should actually be able to upgrade. Diamond, just like so. We're going to have to reset this up now. No. So I've got the fuel set to the top, and I'm just exporting coal from the system here. Input on the left, output on the right, and it goes into this import cable and gets pulled straight into the system. We can sort this by amount, just like that. And next we can get rid of all this stuff now. Next we're going to make ourselves 27 of each of these bricks here, which I should have. I don't have the netherrack smelted up for that. So let's put that in there. Go build this up here and grab our hammer, which is actually in here. And we're going to plonk this down right here, and then get some blocks of coal, chuck those in there, and this will turn into blocks of coal coke, and then that'll be creosote oil as well. It's going to be much slower than just putting individual coal in, because we've done blocks. So do I do individual coal, or do I leave it as blocks? It's going to take the same amount of time, in the sense that it'll just take however long 9 pieces of coal would take. Yeah, we can leave it like that. And let's make a jerry can as well, which we're going to want 4 buckets for. And then we're going to want 4 plates, just like so. And this will just slowly fill up with creosote oil. It'll get 10 buckets, and then it'll go in there. So now we should hopefully have enough. We don't have magma blocks. That's fine, because the drop that you get from the blazes are, if we have a little run over here, this tank's going to get full up soon. Are these molten cores, and what you can do, you can craft them down into magma cream, or craft 2 into blaze rods. We're just going to craft them down into magma cream, so we can craft a bunch of magma blocks. And this way, we can automate obsidian, because what you can do with the magma blocks is wash them with a fan, blowing some air through some water, and that'll turn into obsidian. So we can take these molten cores, automatically craft them into magma cream and then magma blocks, which is pretty simple to do. And then we can have them washed. We need more brick. We're not going to have enough brick. That's fine. Clay's pretty easy to get. We can get it from here. Well, that might be enough. It's almost finished. So we don't need too much more. We get a free hammer for that as well. Sweet. So we can leave that hammer in there for crafting and have this hammer on us. And what the blast furnace does is lovely. It makes steel. It takes coal, coke, and iron and makes steel. We need. You need 27, not 21. You fool. Just like so. Lovely. Then once we finally get a block of this coal coke, we can chuck it in there with some iron, which we don't have too much of. We need to get some more cooked up or crushed up. Grab a whole bunch of ore. And what we can actually do is link this up to the system if we wanted to, but it's not too big of a deal. Let's chuck a whole bunch of iron in there. Let's get a whole bunch of iron cooked up in here. And we could make that chest better though. Change it over to a gold chest instead of a barrel. Why the hell is all that gone over here? Can actually just hitting this area down so it doesn't pick up all that stuff. Just make it big enough to get the there we go, the obsidian. Lovely. Now I suppose we can just chuck all this in here to get cooked. Chuck the rest into the system. Lovely. Something pretty sweet on this storage quest. Right here, you get a creative wireless transmitter if you make the wireless crafting grid and then the range upgrade. And if you do this quest, and you craft this creative wireless transmitter with an elytra and some nether stars, you get a creative controller. So you get unlimited power and unlimited access to your refined storage system just off crafting this. But getting 4 nether stars and an elytra is pretty difficult. So that's 4 withers, which is wither skulls. Which, to be fair, a wither skeleton farm is going to be pretty easy, because we're going to make this spawn egg right here, which is going to use these charm fragments, which are really easy to make. It just takes 2, 6 withered ribs, 2 skulls. We already have a skull and some ribs. Well, we've got 2. And we can go get another blaze spawner from the nether and change it over to the withered skeleton spawner and make one of those mob mashers. And there's a beheading upgrade, which is this one right here. So you get a load of skulls. And that way we can get a daft amount of wither skeleton skulls to automate wither skeleton killing and whatnot. Yeah, so we've got 2 options that we can do now. I think I may just jump into. Okay, the quest hasn't completed for that. I'm gonna have to go pick all those. I'm gonna have to recollect and then replace all of these. Cast iron block. That made something. It's made a stupid block or something. When I stuck the iron in. I turned back down to normal iron, so that's fine. Have we got a... Yeah, we're 43% way through getting some coal coke. There's that. Now it wants us to get steel. That's fine. Is this useful? A whole load of nothing. What we can do, once we have a load of steel, is upgrade this blast furnace. And then we can connect this up to probably, it'd be the refined storage system, to import coal automatically. And that'll pull out the creosote oil into a big tank or a fluid trash can maybe. Because we do need some creosote to make treated wood. And then have the coal coke just pulled underneath the floor, shoved into here with some iron being exported, and then the steel being pulled out as well once we upgrade it. And to upgrade it, all you need is 27 steel to make 27 steel plates. And you get the better one where you can pull stuff in and out, and that way we can automate steel. I think what fully automating steel is one of these, is one of these quests. Automated steel. So we need to set up the washing and the crushing and the washing of all the ores and stuff. And then we're going to need 2 separate systems to do that. One to do the lapis, the diamonds, the redstone, and the coal and the emeralds, because they don't need to be washed. So they'll just get crushed up and then chucked back into the ender chest and they'll get pulled into these drawers. And then we need another crushing wheel to crush down all the other ores. And once all the other ores have been crushed down, they need to be washed. And then that'll create nuggets, and the nuggets will just get pulled into these drawers. I don't think it's too bad to actually set up. What we will do for the quest instead is maybe water wheels. I know it takes a good bit of space. Not these water wheels from Immersive, sorry, the water wheels from Create. I think that's what we'll do for our stress units, because you do get a bit more that way. It doesn't need to be super fast. I'm going to have a look at a whole setup on how to do it in a good way so I don't waste time trying to figure it out. But I think that is going to do it for today's episode. So I thank you all ever so much for watching. I shall see you all in the next one. Adios.